All right, it looks like we are live. This is just a quick makeshift live stream. Haven't done one in a while, especially all by myself, and I'm using OBS for the first time in over a year. So if there's a glitch, let me know in the chat. If something's not going right, please let me know. But I am here for a couple reasons. First off, there's obviously, if you see the title of this, there just was a press release at 6 o'clock here Eastern Time. It's now 6:34. That I got from the Firearms Policy Coalition. Some really, really good news out of California. And I want to give that information to you. And I figured that I had to do it this live stream way because I want to touch on, before we get into the meat of the video here. Hey, everybody. How we doing? So I'm glad you all are here, and that's the reason I'm doing this live, because since YouTube started attacking gun channels again, my numbers have been extremely throttled to the point that it's extremely frustrating. It's not just me, it's everybody in our genre. So I figured I'd come live because maybe YouTube would get everybody the notification that I went live. I do see some folks here. Jeff Gray, Shooter Industries, Flying Falcon, hey everybody. Bill Confidential, how's everybody doing? Daniel Cortez from California, got some news for you, my friend. If you haven't heard it yet, it's fresh, just came out. So let me first off thank you all for your support. I can't tell you how humbling it is and how inspirational that your support is. Keeps this channel going, especially when stuff like this happens. I was so close. I was rocketing towards that 100,000 subscriber milestone, and I'm actually moving backwards now. It's extremely frustrating, especially for the amount of time you put into something, to see that I don't know, the powers that be try to undo it and try to discourage you. So if you all still get the videos, please forward them. The only way we're going to get people to see this stuff now is to forward them. I've been removed from the YouTube whatever it's called, their little formula to put stuff out there. So if I could get a solid from y'all and just forward my stuff and get people to get the news out there, I'd appreciate the assistance. So without any further ado, let's get into what happened just moments ago from California. I'm going to switch. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my screen. All right, looks like it didn't. I'm going to read you something that I just got from Firearms Policy Coalition. And I also want to let you know that I just put a video out maybe 2 hours ago. A big victory a call to action on a presumed victory coming out of Texas from Gun Owners of America. So please check that video out as well. If you're living in Texas, you need to make some phone calls. I get all the phone numbers and the names of the people to call in that video. It will literally take you 5 minutes out of your day to make those phone calls. If you live in Texas and you want a constitutional carry for disasters unabridged, like it was passed in April by the House, the Senate has kind of diced it. So follow the instructions on the description of that video, please, if you live in Texas, and pass that along. All right, so let's get into what Firearms Policy Coalition gave me at 6 o'clock, and this has to do with California, and specifically a county was infringing on people's rights. And I'm going to read you the press release, and then we'll get into it a little more. If I can find my email now with all these multiple screens open. Here we go. So this came at 6 o'clock, like I said, for immediate release from the Firearms Policy Coalition. It says, today plaintiffs in a federal lawsuit filed last fall announced that senior United States District Judge Dean Pregerson entered an order permanently enjoining, that's a stay, stopping, freezing, an order permanently adjoining Riverside County, California, from having a policy and a practice of preventing legal U.S. residents from exercising their right to apply for a concealed carry license. In the case that this all stemmed out of, I'm going to butcher this name, but it's Van Nieuwenhuizen et al. Versus Riverside, California Sheriff Stanley Sniff, who has subsequently lost his election, is no longer the sheriff. But the case pushed forward because of the policy. It was illegal and unconstitutional. So I'm not going to read you the entire email because that's not what this is about. This is about me getting the news to you in probably the only fashion that I know at the moment that YouTube will not suppress, because they're killing the channel's numbers, absolutely. This challenge policy was carried out, like I said, former Sheriff Stanley Sniff. He lost. Now it's Sheriff Chad Bianco, and he ran on the promise that he would increase residents' access to concealed carry licenses in California. I don't have the stats in front of me. I'd have to reach out to some of my buddies in California, like the Daily Shooter or whatever, to see if that's actually increased. Something tells me that it probably hasn't. But it's this is a coalition victory. If you're familiar with how some wars are won by coalitions, it's multiple agencies, multiple countries working together as one to carry out a goal. Same thing happened here. This case was brought up by a bunch of advocacy groups to include the Firearms Policy Coalition, the Firearms Policy Foundation, Second Amendment Foundation, the Cal Guns Foundation, Madison Society Foundation, and Riverside County resident Ari von Neuenheisen, who is a permanent resident alien who has lived in Riverside since 1983 and is a business owner. So they, our laws in the U.S. extend to legal aliens as well. If they're in the country legally, they have access to all of the rights that we all have while they're here legally. If they're permanent. If they're under a visa, then they're supposed to be gone when the visa is up. So this case was from California, obviously. This gentleman is a legal alien, and they denied his Second Amendment rights. I'm not familiar about the process of applying for an LTC. Well, I'm sorry, we call them LTCs in Massachusetts, a concealed carry permit. But however, this gentleman's rights were violated illegally and unconstitutionally, and thus the permanent stay came out today. Savannah Ariel, you are a huge support to this channel. I thank you for your donation on the Super Chat. I love seeing repeat comments from you, and thank you so much for being here, even through this purge that I'm going through here on YouTube. So thank you, ma'am. I am very, very grateful and humbled for your donation. Thank you. So, again, this is stopping an unconstitutional policy by a sheriff. So I'm going to read you a couple quick quotes, and then we'll get into a little Q&A session here. Like I said, this was kind of not planned, so we'll just shoot from the cuff for a little while until this room gets too hot for me and I need to get out of it. So some of the comments, some of the quotes on this case, if you don't know Alan Gottlieb, he's the Second Amendment Foundation founder. I was lucky enough to meet him over at SHOT Show, and he runs a great organization, Second Amendment Foundation, Firearms Policy Coalition, Gun Owners of America. There are a ton of pro-2A agencies out there that are fighting the fight, and they're not out there negotiating a right. Okay? Interpret that how you want. Support those who support you. You hear it a lot on this channel. So Alan said, "We're delighted with the outcome of this case. This isn't our first experience with such a policy, because they're all over the place. And we're happy to have good partners in this challenge. Mr. Van Neuenheisen has been a productive law-abiding member of his community for decades, and there is no good reason to discourage or deny someone of his background and standing the ability to apply for a concealed carry license." So, Alan does great work with his agencies. So check him out and support him in his efforts, because he's out there fighting for you and I and our Second Amendment rights. Also, one of the prominent attorneys in this case was George M. Lee. He's from Seiler Epstein LLP, which is out of San Francisco. And his quote on this was, "This case was about eliminating discriminatory and unconstitutional policies and practices. The defendant's policies," meaning the sheriff, "the defendant's policies and practices violated the Constitution, and thus we were compelled to take action." I love seeing that. "The Second Amendment means that people have a fundamental individual right to carry loaded firearms outside their homes for lawful purposes, and the 14th Amendment ensures that those human rights are protected, not just for those individuals the government favors," which is happening all over California, but for all people legally residing in our nation. Lee also said, "We are delighted with the outcome in this case and look forward to restoring civil rights in future cases." That's a fantastic quote. Jeff Gray says, "Keep up the great work. Thank you, sir." Again, very humbled by your support for the channel. And those of you who are watching right now or will watch in the future as this gets uploaded to YouTube when I'm finished, if you're on Patreon and you're a patron of this channel, I just want you to know that you're instrumental in what's going on right now, not just to my channel, but others. The direct support by our patrons is, I can tell you here, that's what's keeping the internet going right now for the studio. The mic, the small stuff that you don't think of that is redonkulous if you want to put out high quality stuff and take pride in your work. So I want to thank my patrons. If you're watching, I'm trying to think of ways to reward you over on Patreon. So stand by. I got some things in the works. Just this YouTube hiccup has kind of slowed down the progress I was planning on. Was making some big decisions, and I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on those yet because this is a big hiccup. So I want to say thank you first off to the patrons out there, everybody else who views and supports the channel in so many ways. You're all part of this channel. This is a huge family, and we move forward because of you. So thank you. Tight T says he donates $5 to the channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Again, it's very humbling. So thank you very much. Let's see. We got some people from California checking in. Robert, I'm going to ruin your name, Brand. Advincula from San Bernardino. Welcome. It's good to have you here. Let's see. Some people don't even get their super chats. I try to. If I missed one, let me know, man. I try to. The least I can do is give people a shout out when they're willing to help me. So if I missed one, I apologize. It is not my intention. Sometimes this thing goes faster than I can keep up with. I'm not a tech guy. I'm a gun guy. I'm a law guy. So thank you. Legacy Zero, thank you very much for your contribution. I appreciate it so much. Everybody, if you give something to the channel, know it just goes right back into this. So thank you. So let's take some questions. We'll bounce a few things off each other real quick. Like I said, it's all the computers running in here. It's kind of hot, and if I turn the fan on, it's kind of feedback for it's a droning noise that I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to. So let's see if I can get something. Keith Frazier, been here since 15K, not going anywhere. Thank you, Keith. It means a lot, man. It really does. Let's see. Catch up here. Armament and Axes. Hey, man, how you doing? He says we put out mediocre content, and that's not cheap. Man, I wouldn't call your stuff mediocre. I've been over there. In fact, if you could email me, guns and gadgets, gunsandgadgets@charter.net. I want to touch base with you about the event in Ohio coming up. I think you know what I'm talking about, and I'm thinking about going. I just want more information about it. If you could maybe fill me in, I'd appreciate it. What we got? Omar Becerra, Riverside County, California here. Bingo. So you're very familiar with what's going on, and this is gonna save you. If you don't have a concealed carry permit, go apply for one. Doesn't mean they're gonna increase approvals. That hasn't come down from anything, but at least they're being forced to open their doors a little more. Diane Campbell, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, guys and gals, thank you. It's humbling, the support for this channel. You know, and to see people, on that note, to see people step up in our community. We're not a huge community, especially on YouTube, right? They're trying to stomp us out and snuff us. But to see what the group that we do have come together and support when guys and gals that are doing this are in times of need, like the Daily Shooter, his entire channel got demonetized overnight, and people stepped up to support him. And I know that he's extremely grateful, and I want to thank any of my viewers that are viewers of him and his channel that stepped up. You know, thank you. This is a brotherhood. This is, you know, brother and sisterhood, and we keep each other going. So don't ever forget that. the channels that you subscribe to, especially smaller channels like myself, you all keep us going. So please don't forget that. You are integral in keeping our footprint going on YouTube. So thank you all. Anthony Simpson says YouTube steals the funds from you. Yes, they absolutely do. They take their cut, and then if they demonetize a video, they still run ads on it, and they take 100% of the stuff. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Let's see. Okay, Anthony says, you see the super chat, but some don't get it. Logic before authority doesn't get it. Yeah, YouTube takes a huge chunk out of it, but like any bit helps the channel. So I'm grateful. YouTube's a business; they got to do their thing too. And all right, Jeff Gray says, you rock. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. Anybody have any questions I could help you out with? I don't know everything, but I did stay at Holiday Inn Express recently, so that might help. ResDog187 says, discuss the upcoming Civil War and what you're doing to prepare. I hear people say, Civil War, and I wonder, would it be, if war does break out in this nation over, if the government gets any more tyrannical than it is or whatever, would it be a civil war or would it be a revolution? Because there is a dramatic difference. So in the comment section here.
I can't get the answer to that on HomePod.
Siri. Didn't even say it. So if, not Siri, so if you have a point of view, put it in the comment section. Would it be civil war, not Siri, or revolution? I'm thinking it'd be a revolution. Let's see. WCMW and Fab. Almost at 100K. You get a person at YouTube when you hit 100K. I'm actually moving backwards. I want to give a shout out to my friend Liberty Doll. She got her YouTube. She got her silver her play button in last night. She did a quick little video today expressing her gratitude. I'm gonna move my mic up. I'm moving backwards. I didn't think. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm moving backwards. So that's why I asked, if you're out there and you watch the channel, please thumbs up my videos. That's maybe the only thing that still gets it in the rotation. Please share the videos. And if you're not subscribed, because 56% of my views are from people who are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and helping the channel out. All right. So far, Revolution has it. Yeah, Edward, yeah. Siri's always listening. I just asked her about the weather. That's why it's on. Let's see. Revolution. Bingo. That's what it would be. Chris M says, Civil War versus Revolution is a decision made by the victor. Yeah, yes and no, I guess. So think of it this way. Let me think out loud, I guess. Civil War is when you have two factions, like our Civil War. Everybody wants to have theirs, the policy of the land, North versus South. Ultimately, slavery was a center part of that. That's a civil war. Revolution is the people got sick and tired of the bullshit and decided we're taking it back. I think it would be more of a revolution. Flying Falcon, $5 donation to the channel, says it would be a revolution. I don't want to fight. I don't want to, but I'll fight. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the help here. Thank you for the donation to the channel. Very, very humbling. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, who really, the big and small, but who wants something to get so bad that war breaks out? I hope that you're seeing a lot of good little lawsuits or victories in lawsuits popping up. And for his faults, some of the good things that Donald Trump has done in his administration so far is selecting so many constitutional judges, conservatives type judges. Now, not all of them are going to be, the way that we think they should be, but we're already seeing the fruits of that in some of these decisions that are coming down that were this 3, 4, 5, 8 years ago under who. No, it wouldn't go that way. So it's good. I think that this trend is starting, and it's only going to pick up steam in my estimation as we move forward. Jason Sanchez, thank you so much. And El Canon Delgado, thank you so much. El Canon says, you think New Jersey might follow? There's some hopefully good news on the horizon. I know it was yesterday the Supreme Court had a conference about taking up a case from New Jersey. They haven't put that out yet. I haven't heard anything yet from that. I am constantly checking. In fact, let me check Walt right now live, because I did a video on it and I told everybody I would have the update as soon as it came out. And I checked about an hour ago and didn't see it. Here it is right here. Let me hit refresh. Nope, it still just says distributed for conference 5/23. So that conference happened on the 23rd, which was yesterday. Hasn't been, I guess results have not been made public yet. Excuse me. So that could be huge for Jersey. Just like the case that the Supreme Court has agreed to take up out of New York. That could destroy some of the anti-gun techniques that have been winning the last couple decades. Mark Teal, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your generosity. He says, great channel, love the day-to-day news, keep up the good work. Thank you, and I fully intend to, and it's because of people like you that I do it. So thank you so much, man. It's really touching. Thank you so much. Some dude says Tejas. So I'm not sure what it was for because it's going by quick. I don't know if you were referring to the Civil War in Texas or the Revolution in Texas. But Texas, again, I'm going to say, check that video I put out 2 hours ago. Texas, if you live in Texas, you have 3 days, including today, that conference committee is taking place from the House and the Senate regarding your constitutional carry for disasters. It was a bill 1177 off the top of my head, HB 1177. The House version was pretty decent as far as a law can be. Would let you take your firearm without a permit if you had to leave a designated disaster zone, and would carry that coverage that I guess it's the ambiguity period would last for 7 days after the declaration of a disaster. So that would help people stay safe. We have especially tornadoes and hurricanes and floods where people might not even get back to their house for days at a time before the area is rendered safe. With sewage water and electricity and all that stuff. So you should be able to protect yourself. And I referenced a scenario in that video of something that I experienced. I used to work and live in New Orleans, and I've seen that scenario be terrible, horrible. So people should be able to defend themselves. You got 3 days. Check that video. Make those phone calls to those phone numbers that are on there. It'll take you 2 minutes for a phone call and help push that bill. Bentley Sophie, on duty referring to civil liberties. Grade yourself. I hope you're talking about me on the job, I assume. For civil liberties, I think I'm pretty freaking high. In fact, I just had a friendly argument yesterday with one of the top lawyers in the state for the police side, and it was about red flag and the extreme risk protection order, and how I believe it's 100% unconstitutional and illegal, violates numerous of our bills of rights, or Bill of Rights, and she said that she believes that it's on the up and up, and that people get their due process because they get to go to court the next day. And we had a gentlemanly and womanly discussion, and I expressed that she was wrong, and I won't carry him out. She told me that I had to, and I said I won't. So it is what it is. I think I would say that I am about as constitutional as a cop as you'll ever see. I don't know them all out there, but I know there are guys out there like me, guys and gals. Armament and Axes. All I got, haven't deposited a check. Yeah, man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. All right, let's go back here. So, Bentley Sophie, I hope that answers your question. New England is circuit. Let's see. Let's see if we can get another couple questions here. Can I get some California news, please? We just did about 10 minutes of it. Riverside County, California had a policy that violated a gentleman's constitutional rights, and the ruling came down today and stomped on that. It's a stay. So if you want to replay it, or if you want, check out Firearms Policy Coalition's website, because they just put it up too. Christopher says, thank you for everything you do. Thank you, man. Jerry Garcia, they will have Leos doing their bidding and seizing law-abiding citizens' firearms if the revolution gets that far. Not all of us, man. I'm telling you, I know it's easy to say, and people get that outlook because maybe they know a couple bad guys, but the numbers aren't as high as you think. Believe me when I tell you. New Orleans unconstitutional gun seizure. Yep, that was absolutely illegal. And I didn't work there at that time, just to be clear. Let's see. Can I get a non-resident Massachusetts CCW license, motorcycles and guns? Yes, you can. You have to call the Firearms Record Bureau. You have to go there. It's in Chelsea, Massachusetts. And you will have to pay $100, and the permit lasts for 1 year. They will do an extensive background check and fingerprints, photo, and all kinds of stuff. But yes, you can get it. Just paperwork, background, and money. It's always money. It's a cash grab. It's a game. Let's see what we got here. Sean McKenna, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys and gals so much. Let's see. Stockpile Ammo says... WLD, it's Wild Turkey 38. Yes, buy ammo. Buy lots of ammo. It's about as low as I've ever seen it in years, and it's not going to be low for much longer, because once this presidential election gets closer and closer, you know what happens. Guns become more expensive. Ammo becomes more expensive. Get it now while you can. Stacy Smith. Let me see if I'm missing what you're referring to. She says whites only, no guns. Both signs violate civil rights. You're gonna have to give me a little more information on that one, because I don't want to mistake what you're trying to say or anything. But thank you so much. One drop. Let's hear your best argument against red flag laws with detail. Well, if you want, because detail is going to take a long time, if you want a lot of detail, go on ammoland.com and search Guns and Gadgets red flag. Because I did an article on there, and I put everything on there as far as what Bill of Rights, what laws are violated, what rights are violated. I'm going to pull it up myself here, and I'll give you a quick rundown. But yeah, in detail, would take that's a couple beers. You know, we can sit down by a fire and have a couple brewskis, and but it violates a whole bunch. So let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna put the link here in the comments for everybody who wants it. Let me just pull it up here. Kind of get caught off guard, but we'll pull it up here. Sorry, guys and gals. Let me see. Got a new computer going here, so I'm trying to. It's a different keyboard. All right, one drop. Let me see. I'm gonna give it to you, man. Posts. Oh. All right. I think it's this one. Published it in January. I think this is it. Yeah. All right. So this is one. This is I'll copy this link, and I'm putting it in the chat right now. Check that link out. That'll tell you what you need to know as far as how I believe it to be. But if you just want the Reader's Digest abridged version, violates your Fourth Amendment. Your protection to unreasonable searches and seizures, right? Goes out the window. Your Sixth Amendment right to a speedy public trial, gone, because some states it's 14 days away, some it's 10 days away, some you don't have the ability to confront your accuser. They can remain anonymous. It's not a public trial, it's in front of a judge, and that's it. That's multiple violations right there. You don't get an impartial jury. In some states, they don't even offer you the court-appointed attorney, even though you haven't been, because they're saying you haven't been charged with a crime, but they're stripping your Second Amendment. They're stripping your right, your civil right, and that's a strict scrutiny standard. Strict scrutiny, which is a very, very hard level to obtain, even when somebody has like, you might even have them on video committing a crime. It's still tough to get that strict scrutiny, believe me when I tell you. Excuse me. Excuse me. The Sixth Amendment right to confront your accuser. Sometimes they don't have to show up. Your Eighth Amendment right, free from cruel and unusual punishment. Is there anything more cruel and unusual than you say something to somebody, maybe in a heated argument, or they overhear you saying something because you're frustrated, and they make a phone call, and under the cover of night come ninjas to take away your rights? That's bullshit. That's just a quick one over. Hope that gets you my thought process, because that's where I'm coming from. And unfortunately, there's not enough people who make decisions that have that same thought process. So again, read that little article. The article is a video that goes with it that was from New Hampshire. But yeah, that was just a quick little 1-2 punch, I guess. And let's see, Eric's email. Is this Riverside in California? Yes, this is a California case that just came down today. A little victory. Eli EDC, thank you for your contribution. Thank you, Eli. Any news about SB 1966 out of Illinois? So let me do this. I do not remember. I do so many bills on a daily basis. I don't remember each and every single bill number from every state. So let me see if I have my little updates here. What's going on? Bill status. So if this is correct, let me make sure it's the right year. This is Eli. Real quick, is this the one about public defender bail program? Because it might not be the right year. Their website's a little weird out there. Here it is. 2 hours ago, there's an update. Yeah, this is it. Bill status. What's today's update? It was referred to the Rules Committee today. So that's 5/24. Literally, they updated the website moments ago. It's been referred to the Rules Committee because there was an amendment added to it. Hope that helps you, bro. Let's see. One Drop says, thank you for your help in research. No, man, thank you. I don't do this without you all. Let's see what's going on out here. A couple more guys and gals. I won't keep you too long. It's 7:08 here in Eastern, and I got to go say goodnight to the little guys and gals downstairs. Let's see. Ill Woody says, are we the people protected under the Constitution? We should be. What do you think? Do you have evidence saying that we are right now? I mean, ultimately we are. Make no mistake. But do you see the climate changing? Because I do. We're getting so far away from what the Founding Fathers intended. It's scary to think of where we've gone in a very, relatively speaking of time, a short period of time. Armament and Axes. If you come to the summit and camp, we'll have a few brews and talk amongst ourselves. Yeah, man. If I come, I'm thinking about going. I have a couple questions about it, so that's why I said email me. But I'm thinking I am not going to camp because all my stuff runs on batteries, bro. So I might have to travel to town But yeah, give me a yell. We'll talk. Oh, what do we got? Amendment filed to go $50 to $20. Unfortunately, will help it pass. All other crap remaining. Oh, Ted Michalowski. I don't want to screw up your name. Michalowski says Liberty Doll is live at this time at 7. Yeah, she was live on 7, so I won't pull people from her. I'll end it in about 2 minutes here. Sam H. Wow, thank you, Sam. He says those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. And I couldn't have said it better myself. And those people, that group that don't think they need us, they don't want us around. Excuse me. Good night, baby. I love you. I'll see you in the morning, okay? I love you. My daughter, sorry. But the group of people who don't think they want us or need us around, because we have these tools, these instruments, I see a time rapidly approaching where they're going to realize they need us. And maybe it's going to be too late for them. Yeah, I got to go say goodnight to the little guys. All right, guys and gals. I want to thank you all. I can't, like I said when I started, I need you. I need your help to help get the videos back out there. The numbers, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I posted a picture the other day of how bad it's gotten since the day they started attacking us again. And it's gotten worse since that day. So I need your help. So does every other gun channel out there. Please, if it's something you don't do, start hitting like on all the videos, not just mine, everybody's that you watch. Share them, even if it's to a Facebook group or 2. We need our viewers to help us right now. And that's it. So again, thank you to everybody. Sam H, man, I'm touched by everybody who made a super chat. Thank you all so much. That's not why I'm here, but know that you're helping this go forward. So thank you so much again. It's so humbling when I see people who do that. So thank you so much. I can't tell you how much it means. All right, guys, I gotta go be dad. I gotta fly. So thank you all. Congratulations out of California. If you are in Texas, watch the video I put out earlier. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Know that the only reason this is still here is because of you. I hope you all have a great night, and take care. Maybe we'll put another video up or 5 this weekend. Take care, guys. Have a good one.